Georgia State on film. What are you expecting to see Saturday?
I think they got some athletes that play pretty hard. They've been good in regards to getting some turnovers. So we got to be great with the ball. They do play a scheme that can create some problems because they can blitz you from all different areas. So really focus on identifying things and then taking care of the ball.
Is that something different that you haven't seen yet, or?
Not a ton. I mean, our defense gives us a lot of different looks. Predominantly a 3-down front, and so there's some things we've seen out of that before.
Yeah, but their corner size, they seem to have some tall cornerbacks, and you guys are relatively small wide receivers. Is there kind of any plan there to maybe attack speed wide, side to side versus going back deep, which you did the first game?
Right. I think the plan is always trying to get those guys touches in space. We do feel like there's some challenges in the perimeter there, size-wise, with those guys. But we feel good with our guys running around too, so we're not going to do a wholesale change, but there's some areas we'll try to attack.
What do you think's up next for John Ross in terms of?
Oh, you got to just find continue ways for him to touch it. People are going to start to focus on him. The guy's special, there's no doubt. But he needs to grow continually as a receiver in the details of things. And he's still young, but we're excited where he's at.
I feel like through 3 games, you're kind of figured out kind of the identity of this offense or what you guys want to be. And
yeah,
what
I think so. We've looked back a little bit too after 3 games and kind of seen some things that maybe we thought we'd be like and we're not. So we're always learning week to week, and after 3 games, you get some things established that you can learn from.
What's the biggest surprise?
I don't know if we're overly surprised. I think we've been good with the football. You told me after 3 games, 1 turnover. I think we'd be pretty pleased with that.
Care about the role with the tight ends in this offense? They seem to not really been involved as much, and job by Georgia State being kind of a blitzing team. Is there maybe a plan to get them more involved this week, or somehow ingratiate them in the offense in terms of receiving the ball, not just pass blocking?
A little bit. I mean, I feel like those guys are doing a good job. Perk was banged up last week, and so Mike and Darrell done a good job of getting in there. We get in the red zone. We got a couple of things for them. We just haven't gotten it called, but they're doing well.
How has Kaysen been from week 1 up to now? Do you see him kind of?
He's steady. Yeah, he's been steady. Back to work, and he's still working at it, getting himself back. Got a couple of things for him. Again, he just got to keep grinding away. He's an awesome kid. He's been working hard. Things will come together for him.
Are you still sticking with the by committee approach at tailback?
Yeah, all those guys will get carries.
Is it kind of a 2-and-2 tailback where Levon and Dwayne kind of get the first 2, and then Jesse and Deontay kind of get the back end in terms of carry amount, or is it?
Yeah, we don't go in and saying, hey, we want this guy to have this many carries, kind of get into a hot hand. We do want to rotate them so they stay fresh. You got to ask Coach Bonifant on that. He kind of rotates those guys.
Did you like what you saw from Jesse Collier?
Yeah, I think he started off well. Good things carrying the ball. We feel good too in Jesse in regards to throwing him the ball. Really sharp in protection, whatnot. Coop had a couple good checkdowns when things weren't there for Siler. As a whole, those guys have been productive. We're happy with them.
What do you see the backup quarterback competition? Obviously, you got Troy in to get some reps last week. Just kind of how's that playing out?
Those guys are competing. Both of them are doing a good job. We feel like both of them can get into the game and do that. I think if something were to happen, Jeff would be the first one in, but that don't mean Troy's very far behind at all.